As the last of the jury votes came in and Finland languished behind in fourth place, the noise from the chant of cha-cha-cha was deafening. It was clear who the audience in the arena wanted to win Eurovision 2023. The often nail-biting and tense voting now concludes with the results of the public vote being added to the scores awarded from the juries. The procedure now is completed in reverse order, so that of course meant that the top 5 after the jury had to wait until the last moments to find out their fate. Whether you were inside the arena or watching from home, it was pretty clear who the audience wanted, and the chants of cha-cha-cha grew ever louder. So we got to Finland and Käärijä. It was announced that Finland had received from the public 376 points. Käärijä looked relieved, his dancers looked ecstatic. Up next, it was Israel, and Noah Kärel received 185 points. With just Sweden left to be declared and Finland on 526 points, surely they were on course for their second win. As the cha-cha-chas echoed ever louder in the arena, we waited to hear how Loreen fared with the public. On the day of the final, I made 2 videos, the country I wanted to win and the country I thought would win. I felt that Loreen would win the jury vote, but wasn't sure she would do just so well with the public. I'm rubbish at mental arithmetic, so in my head I was trying to work out if there would be enough points left for Sweden to overtake Finland. I hadn't long enough to work it out before Graham Norton announced that Sweden had received 243 points from the public and therefore was enough to take the lead and win Eurovision 2023. I felt Käärijä couldn't hide his disappointment with a touch of disbelief, not that I would have been any different. So why did this huge fan favourite not win? From the moment Cha-Cha-Cha was released in the run-up to UMK, it was an instant favourite among the fan community. Käärijä won the UMK very convincingly, with 72 points from the jury and 467 points from the televote, giving a total of 539. Käärijä won with a landslide. Portion Boys, who placed second at UMK, scored 152 points. Huge difference. Even the online poll among fans as to who would win UMK saw Käärijä in the lead with 58% of the vote. From the moment he was selected, most, including myself, had Käärijä in their number 1 position. This then gave us fans a misconception that Käärijä would win Eurovision by a landslide. Next door in Sweden, momentum was quietly but steadily growing in favour of Loreen and the song Tattoo. Even before the 60-second snippet was revealed, as soon as her name was among the list of participants for Melodifestivalen, bookies had her favourite to win. But surely, after Statements, which in my opinion is a fantastic song and probably my favourite from Loreen, didn't make it to the final stage of Melodifestivalen in 2017, Tattoo would also struggle. Hats off to Käärijä and his energy. From the moment UMK ended, he continued touring Finland, giving concerts, and to say he was giving it all is an understatement. Meanwhile, after a rather unfortunate stage invasion during her performance at semi-final 4, Loreen progressed to the national final. Loreen's win wasn't quite the landslide, just 39 points ahead of strong competition Marcus and Martinez. Loreen received 92 points from the international juries and 85 from the Swedish public. However, with the system now used to award points at Melodifestivalen, namely broken down into age categories, there was a big clue into how well Loreen could eventually do at the contest, as she received 12 points from each age category except the 3 to 9 year olds, which was just 1 point. Käärijä went to some of the Eurovision pre-parties, but it was evident to me he was fatigued from all the concerts he had been performing at, both in Finland and the pre-parties. This was reflected in his answer to my first question to him at the press event prior to Eurovision concert in Amsterdam.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you too.
We're here with Käärijä, of course, from Finland.
Yeah, I'm a little bit tired because I'm not sleep so well because we came here today and so early morning.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I don't have the time.
There's a lot of rehearsals to do, isn't there?
Yeah. But I'm so happy
Yeah.
because now I'm here and I'm waiting tonight
Yeah.
And with what happens, because so many people come here watching
Of course.
that beautiful things what
Yeah,
happen
yeah.
now in here, and I'm waiting.
Most fans and indeed non-fans were talking about Käärijä, probably more so than Loreen in the run-up to the contest. Käärijä was everywhere. He was very active on social media platforms and became very friendly with Bojan from Joker Out, which further raised interest in him. When I chatted with Käärijä, he stated that he wasn't expecting such a huge reaction to him and the song, but I feel that such was the reaction it gave everyone, including Käärijä, the belief that he was the one to beat. But really and truly, Loreen was always the one to beat. If you look back at the betting odds, Loreen and Sweden were way ahead of Finland the whole way right up until the final night. Loreen was in the 40% chance of winning, whereas Finland was around 20% chance of winning. Much ado was made about Loreen's staging due to structure having to be significantly reduced in size and weight for the Liverpool arena, but by the time of the semi-final the camera angles were very tight, and for the casual viewer they wouldn't have known anything about the staging at Melodifestivalen. I don't think Tattoo is overly unique and original, but Loreen is a seasoned performer and that experience can never be overestimated, and Loreen herself is a truly warm individual who understands and appreciates how much the fan community has rallied around her since that big win back in 2012. All fans knew that Käärijä would have a job in his hands trying to convince the professional jury that he was worthy of their top marks. During the jury final which I watched, it was evident that the pre-recorded backing vocals were carrying the bulk of the singing, and such was the high energy performance that Käärijä gave, it's understandable that he would need support with the vocals, and this is all of course within the rules, but it was very clear that by about the second minute he was struggling to keep up vocally. This is going to sound a bit strange, but I preferred the staging the way it was during UMK. Käärijä had way too much to think about, and during one of the dress rehearsals tripped on the front wooden pallet. Even during the live final performance he nearly took himself out with one of the wires suspended from the pallets. It was a health and safety nightmare, and again with so much going on, Käärijä's voice was at times very much drowned out by the pre-recorded vocals. Compare that to Loreen's vocals and I think it's fair to say Loreen was better vocally. In relation to the criteria for the juries to rank each song, which you can now see on the screen, I would guess that Käärijä scored well regarding originality and quality of performance on stage, but perhaps didn't do so well on the vocal capacity and overall impression due to the reasons I've just given. Loreen for me ticked all boxes of the criteria, but that being said, I was shocked that Käärijä didn't score more than 150 points from the jury, but bear in mind they were scoring this from the jury final the previous night. Loreen's vocal coincidentally was on point at the jury final. So in the end it truly was the juries that sealed Finland's fate. Many fans are calling for the juries to be scrapped and argue that the imbalance of 185 jury members versus millions of televoters is a good enough reason they actually would do well to pay attention to the contest where it was either 100% jury or 100% televote. In essence, what I'm saying is we will always find a way to be annoyed with the result of a contest. I just don't think it's wise to act hastily and call for the removal of the juries. Perhaps maybe reduce their split of the vote share would be an option, but undoubtedly the EBU will be sitting up and taking notice and notes of what's being said across social media. There are though reasons for Käärijä and Finland to be happy. It's the first time that a song in the Finnish language has placed second at the contest. It's great to see this type of song and performance being rewarded. Sometimes the performer who finishes second goes on to even greater things than the eventual winner. Hello Cliff Richard. Käärijä has most certainly made a name for himself. We are all, and me included, still talking about him. Not so much anyone else from Eurovision 2023, and I think he will have huge success coming his way. Loreen, in my view, and now in retrospect, was a deserved winner, and both Loreen and Käärijä are firm friends, and that's the most important thing surely. Isn't it? Well, I'd love to know what you think. Do you think Finland deserved to win? If so, why? Do you think the juries have had their day? If so, do you think 100% televote wouldn't also bring frustrations? Are you happy that we will be returning to Sweden in 2024? You know what to do by now. Let me know in the comments below your thoughts. I look forward, as always, to reading those. But until next time, you take care. I'll see you soon. But sending me off for now, it can only be Käärijä.
Okay, are you ready? Yeah. Hey. Piirrä kaksi käsi kiinni juomista niinku cha 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 ei. En mieti huomista kun tartun tuopista niinku cha 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 ei. Haluan olla sekasin ja vapaa huolista niinku cha 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 ei. Ja mä jatkan kunnes sen enää pysy tuolissa niinku wow.
Yay!
Thank you.